Now to De Jong. Nice little touch, and Torres comes back nicely. Diacabi getting in the way. Martinez. Martin. Arfina.
Pressure's a bit better in the start of this second half from Valencia. Made it difficult for Barcelona to pick passes forward.
Mitrievski, nobody giving him an angle. That's the best he can do. He just launches the ball into touch. His outfield teammates have gone into hiding. Garcia. Credit to those Valencia supporters who are trying to be just that supportive of the team. These are real fans that stick with the players and the club. As their standards hitting rock bottom. For years they thought that they should be breaking the domination of the league at Barcelona and Real Madrid. This is a club that won the league under Benitez. Out of the way there from Diacabi. It's an achievement at the moment for Valencia if they can get the ball over the halfway line. Barca are bossing it. Pedri. Pepelu goes down by Pedri.
A very muted atmosphere inside the ground now. Here was the offside again. You see that Eric Garcia just steps up at the right time to play the offside.
Yep. Mosquera. Terrence. Again, maybe onside this time. I think Eric Garcia was lagging behind. Savi going solo. He lost his feet. The referee felt that he'd been helped on his way, but just before that, he didn't look offside. Now they will assess this. It's going to be an interesting decision.
Well, there's a couple of decisions. First of all, if he's offside, obviously the next bit of play doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I'm like you. Looked a very, very tight call. He was offside now, then he gets back onside. Look at the foot. I think it's of Inigo Martinez that might have been playing him onside there. And this is where I always think that Eric Garcia struggles. Sloppy defending.
Left a shoe out, didn't he?
He hasn't got quick feet, Eric Garcia. It really is poor defending. Yeah, he goes down late, but offside has been given.
Home supporters, the wood has been broken so much they can't complain. And a decision they would be incensed about in normal circumstances. Torres. Yamal. Drives inside. Ooh. We've not seen the best of him tonight.
We haven't needed to, have we?
No.
And then Torres setting up the play, comes back inside Vázquez, and it comes off the post in the end. Just tries to wrap his foot round it, buys himself that little bit of time. Goalkeeper's beaten. There's the initial bit of skill to go inside of Vázquez, inside of Yarek, opens up the goal for himself. rattles of the woodwork. Not sure we can call it woodwork these days, can we?
Frame of the goal is the, I think, the current terminology, Stuart. Apparently that doesn't class as a shot on goal either, according to the modern day statisticians. Here's De Jong. Garcia. Koundé. Inigo Martinez to Jules Koundé. De Jong. Fermin. Yamal. Yamal tries to place it inside the post, an easy save for Dimitrievski.
Lovely little pass from Pedri. Goes between the legs of Yarek. Straight at the goalkeeper.
De Jong. Fermin. Continues, it's met by Diakabi. Koundé. Pedri. Pedri. Alex Heatherway, no distance on it though. De Jong. And Torres believes he can do no wrong at the moment. Opportunity for him to establish himself. It's difficult when the man had to is Robert Lewandowski, and he's already scored 30 goals for the season. Urgency from the home supporters for this Valencia 11 that is devoid of any confidence or self-belief. And Perez calling possession.
He's not had a good game, Ferran Perez. Kind of giving him a bit of stick here. Certainly a player lacking in confidence, as you can see.
This is a club, of course, that's played in 2 Champions League finals. The European Cup Winners' Cup back in 1980. The UEFA Cup 2004. Rich history, even this competition. They've won it on 7 occasions. The way things are looking, they're dipping down into the second tier of Spanish football and certainly heading out of the Copa tonight. Question of how many. Diakabi stopping Yamal in his tracks.
Well, Ferran Torres plays a lovely little ball round the corner here, but he's just offside. Yamal. Here was the offside again at the other end. Top half of his body was offside, as you can see. How many times have we said that this season? It's only inches, though, from being a disastrous offside line.
He's disappeared into the shadows now. Carlos Corberán came in to replace Ruben Baraja. He was sacked a couple of days before Christmas. His task is not the Copa del Rey, it's the Great Escape. team that's lost half of its La Liga matches this season. Garcia. He made changes at half-time, Hansi Flick. No alterations yet for Valencia, but generally managers set the alarm for the 60-minute mark and then shake things up. Garcia. Rafinha comes alive. Yamal passes it on through the goalkeeper. It is a nightmare night. Lamine Yamal takes advantage as Valencia hits rock bottom.
Once again, Rafinha sets up the play. But he had so much time again. He was thinking about shooting with his right foot. Does he chop it back onto his left? Does he go back onto his right? Eventually sets up Yamal, whose shooting hasn't quite been at its very best. And nor was this. Should be an easy save for the goal. Might take a slight deflection. There's Rafinha, thought about shooting with his right. And again. And there's the deflection, which is the goalkeeper wrong-footed, but this should still do better. He's got to get a stronger hand to it. He's down on his knees as well. It's not good goalkeeping. And that sums up Valencia tonight.
He's been desperate to get his name on the score sheet, the 17-year-old. 5-0 Barcelona as we hit the hour mark at the Mestalla.
It's all about Valencia's plight. They've had a lot of managers, haven't they, in recent times. Gattuso had a go here. Bordalas, likewise.
Around follows Barraca, follow Gattuso, follow Bordalas, follow Garcia.
Marcelino.
Yeah, Marcelino as well. They've had 16 changes of manager in the last 10 years. Of course, Alvaro, the eternal caretaker, has stood in on 8 different occasions.
Another Italian manager in Prandelli. That didn't last very long.
Well, the other success here, of course, was Unai Emery, and they sacked him, and they felt that third place in successive years wasn't good enough. They dream of those days. Diakami. Chesney stands his ground. Beat me, says if you can. But that is a superb sliding tackle from Eric Garcia, who's arguably having his best game of the season. He's not a difficult base to work from. He wins it back again. Gives it to Rafinha. Yamal. Rafinha. Torres. This is exhibition stuff at the moment from Barcelona. Yamal stands in the way. Barcelona have hit 7 goals on 2 occasions this season. Once against Valladolid, and once have been mentioned a few times against Valencia.
There it is again, Fran Perez giving it away. This is going to be very hard to recover from for Valencia and their players and the coach.
Lopez from the Barcelona supporters inside the stadium. It is pretty much a derby game, just a 2 or 3 hour journey along the coast. Torres to Martin. Now Pedri. Koundé. Yamal. Rafinha. Threading their way through. Yakubil's just enough and runs into a dead end there.
Just good closing down from Yamal. Tried the flick, didn't come off. Got back in there.
A double change for Barcelona. They'll protect Rafinha. The problem is they're taking off a Brazil international and they're bringing on somebody who's going to be desperate to impress in Dani Olmo. Almost missed the last 4 games. Of course, he was the headliner. And Barcelona were told they couldn't register him for the second half of the season. When he comes with a point to prove. And Casado will bring some bite to the midfield as well. Taking the place of Pedri.
Yakubi has made way. Not surprising after being out for so long.
They want to overexert Yakubi. That's confirmation of the changes. Here's Martin. Or gives it away to Sadiq. Now Casado. It's a poor pass, too far ahead of Dani Olmo. Sadiq turns. He's all by himself. There's nobody willing to take it off him. At least he's shown a very good attitude tonight. Sadiq, he may need it with Ugodoro, the leading scorer, out at the moment. There he goes, turning into a bit of a cult hero. He thought he had a penalty a few minutes ago. He's appealing again.
Running into the box. Koundé comes out. And again, he throws himself down after the challenge has been made. It's a great challenge from Koundé, I have to say. Perez has come off now, and Diego Lopez has come on for him in this right-sided midfield position.
And Torres has taken his place in this dishevelled defence. He actually scored an own goal against Barcelona 11 days ago. Cesar Tarrega. Olmo cushions it to Yamal.
Rafinha ready to come onto the pitch.
Lamine. De Jong. Koundé. Rafinha into the path of Koundé. Yannick. Sadiq. Barcelona come out in unison again. For once they slip the Barcelona offside trap outside of the foot, but easily cut out by Eric Garcia. Here's Casado. Just tuning in almost at the three-quarter point. You can see it's an almost deserted stadium. And it was a capacity crowd when they kicked off tonight. But losing faith as Valencia are heading to another heavy victory. Just a question of how many for Barcelona, joining Atletico Madrid A rail in the semi-final draw. It's the first time since 2014 that Spain's big three clubs have advanced to the Copa semi-finals. 11 years ago, Gareth Bale's famous goal beat Barcelona. That was in the final. Easy take for Dimitrievski.
Yamal and Fermin are the players to come on.
You've got to look like you want to be out there, even if you're dreading jumping in at the deep end here. Is it time for Barcelona's 6th goal? Here's De Jong. Now Koundé. De Jong again, who's directed things brilliantly from midfield for Barca. Lamine. Koundé. Garcia. Inigo. Martin. Scare her back to Dimitrievski. De Jong. Dani Olmo. Needed the defender to launch himself in the way, says that Tarega.
Yeah, Tarega got out to Dani Olmo. I think he was trying to hit it with power rather than bend it into the corner.
Yamal. Sit back in. Here's Tarega. So it's really struggling here, Valencia. Barcelona going easy on the moment.
Well, you were talking, and they were talking in the studio about the game they've got coming up. Well, they want to get away from the relegation zone, but this certainly won't do their confidence any good. Crowd getting on their back. They've been totally outplayed. They've looked a really poor team tonight.
Casado. De Jong. Crazy, isn't it? Ferran Torres got a first half hat-trick. He's had any kicks since then. Now Inigo Martinez trying to get his name on the score sheet. That would be an unusual scorer. 20 minutes remaining, and Sergi Caños has had very little effect on the game. Is withdrawn. And then Danny Gomez is his replacement, and an appreciation of the effort put in by Umar Sadiq. He's tried his best, and an interesting reception for Rafa Mir, who's had his issues off the field this season. There's Koundé. De Jong. Fermin turns into trouble.
Hansi Flicker's got a couple of decisions to make as he moves forward. Frenkie de Jong now looks fully fit.
There's Tarega to Yarek.
In my view, I think he's a much better player in that central midfield area than Casado.
Well, they tease them again. The flag is down. Lopez, can he get a consolation? Passes it on. Not quite. Koundé. And how crazy is that? He was standing in an offside position there.
But they've given the offside for the first pass, so they go all the way back to just over the halfway line.
Yes, it was.
Again, just. Again, we're talking a matter of inches from causing them a problem, but Barcelona have got away with it again.
Well, they have a massive match this weekend, Valencia against Leganés, a survival fight, the standout game in La Liga. It's on Saturday night, of course. The Madrid derby. Real against Atletico join the team. 2:30 Eastern time on ESPN+. I
think Barcelona will be hoping for a draw in that game, so both teams drop points. And what a game that should be. Great atmosphere, two contrasting styles.
Big one for Barca as well. They head to Sevilla. There's a hostile atmosphere in Andalusia when Barcelona are in town. De Jong. Look at this, they're showing off now. Olmo wants to make the right pass. Valencia getting bodies in the way. Inigo Martinez back to Chesney. There we go, confirmation. Yep. Sunday, John Stewart and I, 2:30 Eastern time on ESPN+.
You're trying to promote it, not put people off. I'm sure it'll be a lot tougher for Barcelona in that game. It has been tonight. Way too easy. They got off to such a great start. They started really well, played at a good tempo. There was runs in behind, some good finishes as well. But they have been helped by a woeful performance from Valencia, both with the ball and defensively.
And then on a roll again. Don't have to go through the rigmarole of the knockouts in the Champions League after winning 6 out of 8 games. So that's 2 dates less than Real Madrid in February. And the La Liga calendar isn't too daunting either. Only Rayo Vallecano are opponents from the top half of the table. So a chance for them to play catch-up on Real and Atletico after that dip in form in November and December. It's been an excellent start to 2025, heading for their 8th victory in 10 games, undefeated in the new year. Here goes Koundé. Lamine, layoff. Olmo, big save. Danger hasn't got away yet, though. Dimitrievski does well. Yamal cuts it across the face of goal, and Telega just launches any part of the anatomy at the ball.
In amongst all that, what a touch you'll see from that man there, Yamal. Watch when the ball's played into him. Look at this for a touch into the path of Olmo. Goalkeeper does well. He's trying to lift it over him. But that was absolutely brilliant from the youngster. There was a claim of a handball. This is the pass I was talking about. And Olmo decides to try and lift it over the goalkeeper. Actually hits him in the face, I think.
Is given away. There have been a few defensive lapses by Barcelona, which Hansi Flick will not be happy about.
Casino has given the ball away a couple of times since he's been on, and the other player, even though you said it was his best game so far, Eric Garcia has been sloppy on 2 or 3 occasions.
In some ways it's been a trial for a number of the players. Playing Casino alongside De Jong, that doesn't happen very often. Martinez and Garcia partnership. If it's only for 45 minutes, an opportunity for this man Martin as well. This kid has answered the call. There we go, commentators curse on. I can only apologise to Fermin Lopez. He was as soon as I said that, something was going to happen. But he's got the goal tonight for Barcelona. At the moment, the Valencia supporters are enjoying any of the passes they can string together. Little rays of sunshine. This is Max Aarons. Ironic support from the Valencia fans. Lost Che. Humiliating for the professional footballers down there.
Bit of skill, ball played in behind, but you can see he was offside again. That's another one of those runs, that time from Diego Lopez. Clearly offside. Hold your run.
It's a rare run out for Hector Fort, who's the patient backup to Jules Koundé. The problem is that Koundé has played every single match this season, and Hector Fort had to be very patient. It's only the second time in a dozen games that he's come on. In some ways, it's the Barca B team at the moment. Brilliant ball from Ferran Torres. Yamal. Fort gets involved. Dani Gomez. It's been a while since we had a Barcelona goal. Gallows humour, isn't it, from these Valencia supporters? But maybe they will get some reward. Not a lot. The referee's assistant has been one of the busiest men in the stadium tonight, continually flagging Valencia offside with this razor sharp Barcelona offside trap.
Well, it don't have to be razor sharp there. Ame is just standing in an offside position.
Well, Guillemon is off. And Balanacher, the Argentinian, comes on to share the misery for the last 10 minutes. Defensive player who's on loan for this season from Aston Villa. Who actually invested around €8 million into his talents in the summer. Lopez. Casero. De Jong. I'm sure many of these Valencia supporters are staying inside the auditorium to voice their displeasure. The current custodian of the club, Peter Lim, who will be watching from his offices, I'm sure, in Singapore. Last count, the club had a debt of €400 million. Some of many issues that they've got to get over. Sold off the best players, depending on kids who've come through the system, and they're really struggling here against Barcelona. Hector Fort is blocked by Yarek.
Good little run from Hector Fort, little nutmeg to finish it off with before he got the shot away. Here was the sloppy goal from the goalkeeper's point of view. Yes, it takes a deflection. Rafinha, as he's done throughout the season, setting up another player as well as scoring goals himself. And Yamal takes that deflection, but the goalkeeper has got to do better than that.
Casado, wasteful pass. Of course, the club's #1 keeper is Mamardashvili, who has already signed a contract with Liverpool, believed to be worth around 33 million euros to Valencia. Much needed money for a club that is brassic.
Been a slightly non-event, hasn't it, in the second half, as you probably expected it would be. Barcelona have done all the hard work. Goal difference doesn't mean anything in a cup competition. It's been damage limitation, really, for Valencia.
Olmo. Fermin Lopez to Martin. Nico Martinez. Fermin. Olmo. De Jong. Yamal on his favoured left foot. And this time the deflection helps Valencia rather than aids the Barcelona wonderkid.
Another decent pass from De Jong, just plays it in between players, threatens to shoot with his right, back on his left. And the goalkeeper, I think, makes the save with his leg in the end.
Away is the call of the keeper, Garcia. All arms and legs as he attempts to get on the end of it.
A decent ball played in, but you can see he just jumps into the back of Rafa Mir. Does Eric Garcia.
No foul on Yamal. That's a foul by Hector Fort.
Just steps across him, puts his arm around him as well. But here's the chance again for Yamal. Again, I think that takes a slight deflection, which just unsettles the goalkeeper. But again, he's down on his knees, the goalkeeper, Dimitrevski. Not sure that's the best technique.
Of course, it is a week of cup competitions all around Europe. This weekend in England, it's the 4th round of the FA Cup. Manchester United against Leicester City, 2:30 Eastern Time tomorrow on ESPN+. Every single FA Cup game from the 4th round can be found on ESPN+. Can Hansi Flick have the Copa del Rey to his collection? He won the league, the cup, the Champions League, of course, back in 2020. Already in his first season in charge of Barcelona. Go to the club museum and have a look at the Spanish Super Cup that was claimed last month in Saudi Arabia against Real Madrid. And they go into the draw for the semi-finals. Oh my goodness, Dimitrievski, heart in mouth moment.
Yeah, Hansi Flick, when he first came to the club that early part of the season, they were destroying everybody, weren't they? Playing some outstanding football. Fast flowing, players making runs in behind, forward passes. Just went a bit wrong for them, as you said, in November, December.
5 points clear when they played Real Madrid in October. They won the opening 7 games of the La Liga season, but they've got the momentum back. Now Chesney is off his line, but he nicely watches it bump into the advertising hoardings behind the goal.
but I don't think there's a better team to watch in European football at the moment than Barcelona when they're playing well.
"109 goals they've scored in all competitions this season.
Liverpool are probably a better team because they have the balance right at the moment. But in terms of entertainment and quality of players on the ball and their movement, Barcelona takes some beating.
Fermin would like to add his second goal. Just rushed his shot a little bit, but again, he's impressed on his return to the starting 11 tonight.
He played in central midfield to start with, or an advanced midfield position. He's come out to the left since Rafinha's gone off. Fermin coming in on his right foot, poor effort in the end.
Stuck with us at the full-time whistle. Join Dan and Ali Moreno in the studio, catching up with all of the football news around the world. And of course, Stevie Nicola, I'm sure, has been watching that Liverpool Spurs game and will enlighten us on what has happened in the Carabao Cup. And also the overview of Luis Garcia. And down on the shop floor, footballing factory floor, is Gemma Soler. He doesn't have too many people keeping her company inside the Mestalla at the moment.
Well, he's not been in the job too long, but he's already had a 7-1 loss to Barcelona, and now, as it stands at the moment, 5-0. It's not really what you want when you join a new club. Try and get the supporters on side. Offside. Offside again. How many times have we said that tonight?
Well, it's a similar story for Carlos Corberán to his West Brom mission. When he took over the team in the English Midlands, they were second from bottom of the Championship. And by the end of last season, he got them up to 9th place. His sole task at Valencia this season is just to keep them in the top flight. Well, Valencia are out of the Copa del Rey. Another humiliating night at the Mestalla. But Barcelona yet again have been brilliant. Hansi Flick said the other week that it was the perfect match when they scored 7 against Valencia. He mixed his team up tonight, certainly worked. A hat-trick for Fermin Torres. Oh, hat-trick for, shall I say, for Torres. One for Fermin as well. And Yamal stroking one in as well. Really a walk in the park